it's John from 6th Place Off-Road. Today we're going to show you how to mount your kayak on your kayak racks. Alright, so here is the list of items you're going to need to get your kayak up there. Obviously the racks, straps for around the boat. These will generally come with the kayak racks. Bow and stern lines, very important. I see a lot of people not using these. I'm going to show you how to use these properly. They need to be used. And the next one here is generally does not come with racks. These are add-ons. Basically what this is it's going to get put into the hood, into the trunk. That's where our bow and stern lines are going to go. If your vehicle is a little more rugged than this little Golf, you may have nice tie-down points already in the vehicle. With these guys, there's nothing to hook up to, so these will save the day. So one of the easiest ways to get these straps around without having to stretch too much is to get the straps for around the boat through the J's first. Now on a small car, it's going to be very easy to have our straps here. We can walk them around, we'll be able to put them over the bow and over the stern of the boat. On a larger vehicle, you may find it easier to actually store these on the other side of the vehicle, get your boat up, and then toss them over. Now we load the boat. If your boat is bigger than this one, heavier and more awkward, second person does always make this job a lot easier. But as this is just a little 8-foot, we can pop it up there, no problem. Now we have the kayaks in the J-Cradles. We're going to run those straps around, and I'll show you how we're actually going to run them through here correctly. Be mindful when you're working around the vehicle. These buckles will do a number on your windows and your paint if you're a little aggressive with them. Once we have the straps running over the boat, next we're going to come down through the middle here. These guys are looped, so we're going to actually go in the inside. You'll notice with a lot of these J-Cradles as well that there is no bar across here, so you would just go in between. What we're going to do, through, under your bar, up, back through. Now we'll need to kind of shimmy this guy, get our buckle up here, through the cam buckle, and down. You get that guy nice and snug. You're always going to have excess. Some people, if you're loading the same boats all the time, will actually cut off what you don't need and then just burn the end so it doesn't fray. But for us, as I'm always using different pieces of equipment, I'm going to run that through, and then I'm going to tie it off just so I'm not having it flap as I go down the highway. That's one. And for the other rack, it is the same process. Down through, under. If you don't have much overhang here, which factory racks will not, and some of the aftermarket ones will not as well, obviously gonna be here. So we're gonna, then you go underneath the tower there, back up. Either option is correct and safe to do so. Get these guys nice and snug. You will notice different boats, some of them will flex more, some won't. If these do dent at all, especially kind of cheaper ones like this, toss them in the sun, they'll actually just pop back into their original shape. So now we're attached to the J's. Now what we're gonna do is get the bow and stern lines on. Here's where the hood anchor straps are going to come into play. So we're gonna pop the hood, put this guy in there, close the hood on it. If you're taking your boats out all the time, you're tying them off all the time, you might not want something like this that's going to need to be pulled in and out. Other option here from Rhino-Rack. These guys are fantastic. What we do is we pop the hood, pull a fender bolt, pop it on, fender bolt back in, leave it tucked under the hood when you're not using it. When you are going to tow, you just pop the hood, flip this guy out, boom, good to go. Now to hook up the bow and stern lines. These ones are from Yakima. They're actually a really, really nice product. hooks on the end, pull tight, little trigger here, loosen it off. Super quick, super easy. You can just do this with rope, not a problem. This is just makes life a little bit nicer. So we're gonna hook onto the handle, there. Take this guy, hook it to that hood anchor, and then we're just gonna pull it tight. Nice and snug. We don't need to go crazy. We do not need to flex that boat. All we're trying to do is stop the lift that it's gonna get while we're driving down the road. Now you see we've got a ton of access. This is where if you're putting it on the same vehicle all the time, it would make a lot of sense to trim this down to a reasonable length so you don't have 7 feet left over. But we can take care of that, get this nice and tied up. Now onto the back and then we're done. So it's gonna be the exact same situation for the rear here. Hook on, back down to our hood anchor. Pull it snug. And that's that. Just remember when you're out there, if you're doing long trips, things like that, get out, periodically check this. One of the other beauties of properly running bow and stern lines, which you really should be doing, I see a lot of people without it, but you really should. One of the other bonuses of doing it, like I said, is from your driver's seat, from the front passenger seat, you can actually see this line. So you can tell if things are changing, if something's going on, you know, if this is moving around, you know, you've got problems up there. It's a nice early warning system. Realistically, you shouldn't have any problems if you strap anything in properly, but always double check. And that is just how easy it is to mount your kayak safely onto your rack. Links for all the products we used today are going to be below. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll get to them. Hopefully we can answer them for you. I will do another video with paddle boards. It's very similar, but it is slightly different. Again, with all this stuff, make sure everything's nice and snug, double check it, and please use bow and stern lines.